Yeah, we definitely have some changes on the way too, but we still got a couple days where we will hit 80 degrees once again, but then the storms come in. So tomorrow we still got a little bit of low clouds out there. Not really fog, it's just low clouds that kind of hang around in the morning. Scattered storms in the afternoon, coverage probably further better as you go further north. Still very isolated, and once again just very tiny thunderstorms and a little bit of rain from them too. So something to keep in mind for the afternoon, but definitely won't have to change any plans for the afternoon. Warm, we'll have 80s, potentially maybe even 90. Cooler Friday behind the front, and that comes with the storms that come through Thursday afternoon, maybe evening, and they likely could be severe. And I'll track out with the threat what I mean. It's going to probably be more Wisconsin than areas to the west of the river. But overall for tomorrow, more 80s. If you get a shower or storm in the afternoon, you might dip back down in the 70s, but then you'll come back up. So overall, still warm, light wind still, but a little bit of increase from the winds from the south-southeast. You'll notice that. And the dew points come up a little bit too. So a little bit more humid, but nothing unbearable quite yet. As we go into Thursday, we could have a few showers or storms towards the morning hour, but not expecting to see a lot more of that till the afternoon. Getting up, it's going to be in the 60s, fairly muggy too a little bit with that. As we go into the afternoon, that's when we could see showers and storms. Mid 80s, potentially get close to 90 because there will be some drier air, and it'll take a little bit longer for storms maybe further south and east to go to develop. So most of the day might be dry towards southwest Wisconsin. So some of those areas could get close to 90 before the storms do come through. Behind it, Friday, we're going to drop back into the 70s. But the wind could be the story too. West winds potentially gusting near 40 at times. It'll accompany maybe some more showers and storms. Not as much coverage as we saw Thursday night, but still it's going to be a lot cooler going into Friday. Now overall for tomorrow, as we wake up, as I mentioned, you have this little bit of low cloud area. You can kind of see that along I-94 and up to the east. It'll remain there for a little bit in the morning, then burn off probably by about 9 a.m. And then we'll start seeing activity develop, but this time it'll be more south to north movement of this instead of kind of east to west. So you see this activity by the time you get to 2 to 3, just very widely scattered showers, very small thunderstorms potentially. It'll kind of drift to the north through the afternoon and through the evening hours. So mainly north of I-90 is where the better coverage of this is. Not as much as you go further south. It'll continue to about 6 or 7 before it begins to fall apart. Winds will start picking up Wednesday going into Thursday. And then here's the first line that could come through in the morning. If it holds together, that could be a line of showers, maybe a storm from about 7 to 9 p.m. as it comes through. It won't, by the time we get to noon, then we'll have a break of the activity. Winds pick up, and then the next line comes through, and there's still some question of where this develops. But right now, it seems to develop along or east of the river after about 3 to 4 p.m. This line quickly will come severe as it moves north. And right now, I would say winds as it pushes north, it'll be clearing the area fairly even early in the evening. So most of Thursday night probably will be okay once we get past this activity, but then Friday, as I mentioned, the wind is the bigger story. We do have alert day conditions going in to Thursday afternoon and evening, although we kind of kept it kind of generic on the timing. I think it's about 4 to about 8 p.m. at the most. Right now, the main threat is damaging winds. We'll have to keep an eye on these other two, hail and tornado, but we're less confident that we're going to see that. They will be moving fairly quickly. So if you got afternoon plans Thursday, definitely stay aware that we might have some activity going in. And winds, there's a Thursday going into Friday winds. We could see gusts over 40 going into Friday. That'll be the story for Friday. And beyond that, much cooler for the weekend, although it does look fairly dry and breezy, but it'll be about a 15-degree drop from what we had from the previous weekend. And then next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that looks wet too, and substantial amounts of rainfall potentially for that period too. So definitely a change to what we had going into the second half of May.
No kidding.
Thanks, Greg.